Flight 2547 to Chicago is delayed by 2 hours. The announcement made me curse. I hated delays, especially when important presentations were involved. Aaron, what a surprise! I turned around and froze. Christine, my mother-in-law, was standing in front of me. In a business suit and heels, she looked quite different from how she appeared at family dinners. Going to Chicago too? She smiled. Yes, presenting a new project. And you? Marketing conference? Funny coincidence, isn't it? Of all flights. She sat down next to me, crossing her legs. At 45, Christine had maintained an excellent figure. Coffee? I offered. Since we're stuck here. The cafe was almost empty. We talked about work, kids, and Melanie, my wife and her daughter. You know, Christine stirred her coffee. It's strange, but in the 5 years you've been married to Mel, we've never been alone like this. Indeed.
Why do you think that is?
Maybe we were afraid? Of what? I met her gaze. Of getting to know each other better? She looked away.
Don't be silly. You're my son-in-law, I'm your mother-in-law. It's simple.
Is it? An awkward pause followed. Where are you staying in Chicago? She changed the subject. Hilton on Michigan Avenue.
Seriously? I booked there too.
We fell silent again. The random coincidence was starting to feel like something more. On the plane, we had seats at opposite ends of the cabin. I caught myself constantly looking back, searching for her silhouette. See you at the hotel? She asked as we collected our luggage. Of course, maybe dinner together? Family style. Family style, she smirked. Without the family. In the taxi, I thought about how strangely everything was unfolding, as if someone was deliberately creating these random coincidences. Check-in at the hotel brought another surprise. Our rooms were on the same floor. Fate, Christine joked. Or its sense of humor. Or someone's joke. And who might be joking? No idea, but I'm not laughing anymore. She gave me a strange look. Meet at 8 in the lobby bar? Okay. I watched her walk to her room. The sway of her hips, confident stride. Damn, what am I thinking? She's Melanie's mother. The lobby bar greeted me with dim lights and live music. Christine was already waiting at a corner table. She had changed into a black cocktail dress, and I caught myself staring at her figure for too long. You're late. She sipped her wine. That's unprofessional. Is this a business meeting? What else would it be? Just dinner between a mother-in-law and son-in-law. But we both felt there was nothing simple about this dinner. What will you drink? She handed me the wine list. Same as you. Dangerous choice. This is very strong wine. Worried about my reputation? About mine. We drank the first glass almost in silence. With the second, we started talking. About work, life, unfulfilled dreams. You know, she leaned closer. Sometimes I envy Melanie. Why? She has everything I dreamed of at her age. Successful career, loving husband. And you? Me? Divorce, loneliness, and a daughter who lives her own life. You're not alone. Really? She looked into my eyes. And who keeps me company in my solitude? That's not what I meant. Then what? Her knee accidentally touched mine under the table. Or was it accidental? Shall we go up? She suggested. I have a bottle of excellent scotch in my room. Christine. What? Afraid of your mother-in-law? Afraid of myself. She fell silent, studying me. Is there something to be afraid of? You know there is. I know, but I want to hear it. The music became slower, more intimate. Or was it the wine's effect? Want to dance? She stood up, extending her hand. I don't think that's a good idea. I think it's excellent. Just a dance, nothing more. But we both knew it wouldn't be just a dance. Just as this evening was no longer just dinner. All right, I took her hand. One dance. Her body fit perfectly in my arms. Her hair smelled of something floral. Her hand on my neck felt burning hot. We're playing with fire, I whispered. I know, but isn't that the whole point? So what about that scotch? Her whisper burned my neck as we rode up in the elevator. Just scotch, Christine, nothing more. Of course. What else could there be between a mother-in-law and son-in-law? The room greeted us with dimness and a view of nighttime Chicago. She turned on only the table lamp, creating an intimate half-light. Ice? She handed me a glass. Yes, our fingers touched. A shiver ran through my body. You know, Christine sat next to me on the couch. I've always prided myself on my morals, my righteousness. And now? What now? Now I feel like the worst sinner. And what's scariest, I like it. Her knee was touching mine. The scotch burned my throat, but not as much as her proximity. We shouldn't, I whispered. I know, but I want to.
Christine,
Shh. She put her finger to my lips.
don't say anything, just…
Her lips found mine, soft, with a taste of whiskey. Her hands slid along my neck, pulling me closer. The last remnants of common sense dissolved in the scent of her perfume. Her dress slipped from her shoulders, revealing velvet skin. My fingers trembled, exploring every curve. Her whispers echoed off the windows. The city lights became witnesses to our madness. Each touch was like an electric discharge. Her whispers drove me crazy.
We've gone mad.
She breathed between kisses. Completely. Time stopped. There were only us two. Only this night. Only this passion that swept over us like a wave. Afterward, we lay watching the city lights. Her head on my chest, my fingers in her hair.
What are you thinking about?
She asked. About what we've done. Do you regret it? No. And that's what scares me most. She propped herself up on her elbow.
You know what's most frightening?
What? I want to do it again. In the morning I woke up in my room with a throbbing head and memories that made me flush. The presentation passed as if in a fog. Images from last night kept flashing before my eyes. My phone beeped with a message. Dinner at the same bar? See, I don't think that's a good idea. Who said good ideas make us happy? I didn't respond. All day I avoided the lobby, ate in my room. But in the evening, returning from the last meeting, I ran into her in the elevator. Avoiding me? Christine looked even more seductive than yesterday. Trying to. Is it working? You can see for yourself. The elevator stopped between floors. Emergency lighting bathed the cabin in red. Fate, she smirked. Or its sense of humor?
Christine,
But she was already pressing her lips to mine. Passion flared up with new force.
your room or mine?
She breathed. We can't. We already can. We already did. In her room there was no light. Only city lights created bizarre shadows. Her skin glowed in this half-light, beckoning, seducing. We didn't speak. Words weren't necessary. Only touches, only whispers, only passion. Each kiss, like the last. Each embrace, like a farewell. This is the last time, she whispered afterward. I know. Tomorrow we go home and pretend nothing happened.
Can you?
Do we have a choice? She traced her finger across my chest. You know what's most terrible? What? I'll remember every second, every touch, every kiss.
Me too.
And how do we live with that? We don't, we just live. In the morning we flew on different flights. She left first, leaving a note. Thank you for the madness. Let's pretend it was just a dream. How was the trip, honey? Melanie met me at the airport. Mom called, said you ran into each other. Yes, we did. How is she? She's been kind of thoughtful lately. I remembered Christine in the city lights. Her whispers, her touches. Fine, lots of work. At home, everything was as usual. Dinner, talks about the past week, weekend plans. Mom's inviting us for Sunday dinner, Melanie said, clearing the dishes. It's been a while since we got together. I nearly dropped my cup. Maybe another time? I'm tired from the trip. Did you two have a fight? She reacted strangely, too. No, of course not, just really tired. But on Sunday we went anyway. Christine greeted us as usual, kisses, hugs. Only her hands trembled slightly as she poured the wine. Tell us about Chicago? Melanie was serving salad. Beautiful city. Christine didn't look my way. Especially at night. I choked on my wine. Really? Her daughter smiled. Did you and Aaron see each other there? Briefly, we answered simultaneously. Strange, Mom. You said earlier you stayed at the same hotel. Yes, but different conferences, different schedules. Christine stood up from the table. Pachu, Who wants dessert? In the kitchen, I ran into her, accidentally or not. We need to act more natural, she whispered.
I'm trying. Not hard enough. I see how you look.
And you? What about me?
You tremble every time I'm near.
She closed her eyes. It will pass. It has to pass. And if it doesn't? Then we'll have to see each other less. At family dinners? Everywhere. Melanie's voice came from the dining room.
What are you two stuck there for?
Bringing dessert, honey. Christine grabbed the tray. Your husband's helping. Her perfume. The same as in Chicago. The familiar scent made my head spin. A week later, Christine called. We need to talk, at the cafe on Oak Street. I found her at a far table. She looked haggard, with shadows under her eyes. I can't do this, she spoke quietly, staring into her cup. Every time I see you with Melanie, it's killing me. I know. I can't sleep at night either. I keep remembering Chicago. That elevator. That room. Stop, she raised her hand. This is exactly why I called you. I'm leaving. What?
To California. Company branch in San Francisco. Because of me. Because of us. Because I can't watch my daughter embrace the man who I...
She fell silent. Finish it. No, some words are better left unspoken.
When?
End of the month. I'll tell Melanie it's a promotion.
And what is it really? Really, it's escape. From you. From myself. From what happened in Chicago.
Her fingers trembled as she lifted the cup to her lips. I remembered those fingers on my skin. Those lips. Stop, she seemed to read my thoughts. This is exactly why I have to leave.
But what if? No what ifs. You have a family, my daughter. We have no right. I know. Then just let me go.
She stood up. In the morning light, the gray in her hair was especially noticeable. You know? She turned at the door. They say what happens on business trips stays on business trips.
Is that true?
No. Everything stays here. She pressed her hand to her heart. Forever. A month later, Christine flew away. Melanie cried but supported her mother's decision. And I keep in my memory the lights of nighttime Chicago, the taste of whiskey on her lips, and that madness that should never have happened. Sometimes on business trips I walk into hotel lobby bars, but no scotch has that taste, and no night holds that passion. Did you like this story? Let us know in the comments what you liked. Subscribe to our storytelling podcast. Also, don't forget to like and ring the bell so you don't miss more interesting stories. See you soon.